Astro T. This time we are in the middle of Scorpio season, so we'll be touching on some more mythology. This time, some Scorpio mythology. Before we get started, you guys do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, enjoy your comments. Let's get into this Scorpio tea. Now, Scorpio is the 8th sign in the zodiac. It is a water element based sign, and the modality is fixed. So these are a couple basics to know about Scorpio. Now, the mythology is connected. All the signs are connected in mythology, as they all play a role, and the stories are intertwined, which is why we have like a lot of strong connections with the signs. They're not just random, right? So continuing off of the Virgo mythology, remember I told you that Persephone was dragged down to the underworld. Now this Persephone is representing Virgo. Now who drug her to the underworld? Hades, remember? So Hades is representative of Pluto in Greek mythology. Pluto is corresponding with the sign of Scorpio. So there's a lot of talk about Pluto, a lot of reference to Pluto and Pluto's darker nature when we're talking about Scorpio. Now before Pluto was discovered, Mars was known to be the ruler of Scorpio. So we see some Martian energy with Scorpio. We also see the Plutonic nature of Scorpio to the nature of Scorpio. So Scorpios are connected to the snake, the eagle, and the phoenix, representative of transformation, rebirth, change, power, strength, fortitude, the inability to really die off, always usually the last one standing. These are the things that tie in with the nature of Scorpio. Now, like I said before, Pluto is, Scorpio is connected with Pluto, or Scorpio is ruled under the planet Pluto. And Pluto is representative of Hades in Greek mythology. Pluto meaning the rich one, or the giver of wealth. Also known as a chthonic deity. Just chthonic mean referring to that of the underworld. So we have like this dark, deep, intense, very mysterious, just very polarizing nature coming from the mythology of Pluto, and it just makes me smile because it makes you just think about how intense Scorpio's energy is. Like, it's very, again, polarizing. Whenever it comes to Scorpios, there's a lot of love and hate energy. The nature of Scorpio is very provocative, as it's representative of psychology, sex, death, transformation. Actually, one of the articles that I came across in doing my research for Scorpio mythology talked about why we think sex when we're thinking about Scorpio. And I think it ties into a lot of our psychology, and a lot of our psychology being rooted in our sexual nature as well. So basically, a lot of the energy that we pick up from Scorpios and that polarizing effect that it tends to have on us is linked to our own psychology. And that's why Scorpios can either turn you on or turn you off pretty strongly, depending on who you are and depending on how prepared you are to kind of like dig beneath the surface of your own psychology. So let's get into this mythological story. So starting off from the Virgo mythology of Persephone, hanging out with friends, picking flowers in the field, and she spots a flower. She goes over to pick it. Hades drags her into the underworld. She's like, oh, what do I do? She cries and screams for help. And this is how the seasons ended up coming into play, because she was only able to be released from Hades' grasp 6 months throughout the year. So, I mean, off the rip, you can already see this sexuality, this intensity, because the mythology goes actually forbidden love as well. Sex, death, crisis, transformation. This changed her whole world, right? She went from Virgo. Think about Virgo's bright, shiny, sunny nature, or just being somebody that was just about picking flowers and just about the earth and beauty, to getting dragged down to the underworld. That's the complete opposite. So again, there just seems to be this intensity especially regarding sex when involving Scorpio. Now, there's two ways that people look at the mythology. One is that Persephone was basically raped, and she was kind of brainwashed and told that nobody would love her like him, like Hades, not even her mom. There was then also another way that is viewed is that she fell in love. She wanted something different. She was picking she was looking at that flower as kind of a way out, or something different, something to break up the monotony of what her life was, right? She was intrigued, to say the least. So one is that, he took her under his wing and made her his. The other is that she was a willing participant, on some Bonnie and Clyde type stuff. And I would probably say it was the latter, because we do have the duality, the dual nature that does come with Virgo. So they have more changeability than people like to give credit for, especially in the story of Persephone. I would like to think that Hades was like a badass with a heart of gold, because as the story goes, him and his brother were fighting a battle, a monster. Hades then took a part of himself to make a big, strong monster to defeat that said monster, which worked. But after this, Zeus was kind of being a hater. Zeus is his brother. Zeus and Hades were brothers, right? Day and night, literally. But yeah, he was just threatened by Hades' power at this point, and basically just kind of made him ruler of the underworld, at which point he could not leave. The only person that could freely go between realms was Hermes, goddess of travel. He was the middleman. This is why Geminis can be such messy bitches. Is because they tend to be able to dance around and dance in different circles. Now, as being ruler of as he was given the role of being in charge of the underworld, he was given goggles, think like night vision goggles for the underworld. Hades is also known as the unseen, so a lot of mystery, a lot of deep, dark, hidden stuff. This is about the stuff that we try to hide away and ignore, but that's kind of really right there. So again, when we thinking about how psychological Scorpios are, how probing they are, how they're able to naturally know what we're thinking and pick up, get a whiff of fear in the air, or what we're trying to hide. Scorpios are very known for this. It's their ruler of Pluto being heavily associated with the unseen. This is sex as well, as sex is something that we usually do in private, right? I really think it's shady how Zeus did his brother, all because of fear of his power. They're brothers, and Hades was never considered an Olympian like Zeus, even though they were brothers. He was just kind of banned to the underworld and forgotten about. No wonder he needed some love. Thugs need love too. I could kind of see the loneliness and the need for partnership and intimacy. There goes that word intimacy when we're talking about Scorpio. This you and I till we die type vibe, because Hades was a lonely person, right? He shunned by his brother, whom he aided in battle, and he sees this beauty up above him, his tongue started wagging. Now we also have Perseus. I think Perseus was definitely Hades' nephew, but I'm not clear if that was Zeus's son. Could have been though. But he slayed Medusa, and he had the help of Athena. I believe she gifted him a shield. Hades gifted him the power of invisibility. Somebody gave him a magic wallet. This magic wallet could literally fit anything into it. And Hermes gifted him a sword that could never be bent or broken. So there goes this tie with other people's money, other people's resources. Like Scorpios having big sugar baby energy, or the ability to kind of be even a leech, an energy leech or vampire, or be able to like live off of people or feed or be financially rewarded, or all in all, in general, just having this tie with funds that don't necessarily that aren't necessarily under your direct control. This is the energy of finances that Scorpio is rolling over. What's the complete opposite of that energy? Taurus, which is all about resources and finances of our own accomplishments. Scorpio is all about other people's resources, specifically finances as well, and how they use those in order to change or transform or go to the next level. Scorpios are extremely resourceful in this way, being able to use what they have to get what they want. And which is funny because that's a quote from The Players Club, which is such a Scorpio movie. We're talking about the underworld, sex, death, crisis, also like taboo topics such as drugs, violence, and guns. So again, there's just everything just ties in so beautifully with astrology and how we kind of view life with these different archetypes. Because thinking about that movie, like I said, it representative. It's a very Scorpionic movie, and the use what you got to get what you want element is such a Scorpio theme. Now, Perseus was said to have been born of a purified emotional nature, otherwise known as catharsis, which is basically a cold, very detached demeanor that doesn't see one weighed down by the ups and downs and or pitfalls of emotion. This can make somebody a strong hero, or somebody that's ready to go to battle. There's no sympathy here. This contributes to the archetype of Scorpios being very cold and very detached, having that critical mind, or mind that's able to really learn and get to the bottom of things. You can't do that when you're being also emotional. Now, this is a water element based sign, so the emotionality is very much so there, but Scorpios have the ability to turn it off and on like a switch when it comes to being one-track minded, especially in terms of battle and fighting for their lives, or being able to change like a drop of a hat. Like that transformative energy could go into their emotionality as well. One day they love you, the next day they hate you, or one day you love them, the next day you hate them. Test, trial, triumph, will, control. These are the themes of Scorpio. Now, Scorpio also rules over not just the genitalia, but the excretory system as well. Also responsible for the release of toxins. So Scorpios can be very healing and or very toxic people, depending on their nature or the healing that they've done internally. Reproductive system and the bowels as well. Scorpios rolling over. Now, when it comes to Scorpio's relationship and sexual nature, I would definitely say these things tie in when we just want to get into their sex. Speaking on their sex style, there could be a lot of domination, a lot of play or power play, a lot of sexual exchange for money. Even if this is just for fun and in the intimacy of their own bedroom, like you making it rain on them. Or one spouse being financially dependent on another spouse. This is very common when it comes to Scorpio sexuality. Their sexuality is tied in with their finances, like this. They're representative of, they're ruling over the root chakra. Again, the genitalia, that's their area. Lower back as well. I would say that Libra and Scorpio kind of share that area. Half sexuality, half spirituality. Scorpio is 100% about our transformation through our own psychology. This is why sex ties in so big with them, because sex and psychology they go hand in hand. Sexuality and finances go hand in hand as well. whether we like it or not, because our sense of self-worth goes into how, you know, what we feel like we should be paid, or how well we feel like we should be living. And this ties in with our sexual experience, because our sexual expression is kind of the underlying motivation behind it all, whether you realize it or not. Just think about it simply, like your ideal partner or is going to tie in with your ideal lifestyle, and your ideal lifestyle is going to be tying in with your finances. That's a simple way to put it down. I would say whips, chains, red lipstick, leather, makeup to break up sex. These are all the themes of Scorpio. Happy birthday to Scorpios and Scorpio season. This is your Virgo Astrology here with some more mythology. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be back with some more astro tea soon. Stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, bye.